Fortunately for me, I am not a city person, hence why I moved from Sydney to the Northern Rivers. However, what I do love is cosplaying as my once city girl alter ego every now and then. Yes, Sydney has some incredible cafes and the cutest stores. However, my favorite part of visiting is staying with my best friend Amy and running around doing all of our favorite things together, like cafe hopping and journaling and simply coexisting like we share a single brain cell. It's winter down here in the southern hemisphere, obviously, so we rugged up in our layers, which I do really miss wearing coats because they're not really a thing in Byron, and headed down to meet some friends. If you haven't been to Eve yet, save this spot for next time, as it is the cutest little cafe on the corner in Darlinghurst where we had our first beverage of the day and yapped about almost a year's worth of tea that has been left unspilled until now. Then we wandered a few doors down to Near and Far, which sells the most beautiful stationery. Honestly, creative girlies save this one. I fear I could fill a whole suitcase with the little knickknacks that they sell. I heard whispers about a market pop-up hosted by Cafe Freda's, which was essentially a collective of artists selling curated vintage and prints, ceramics, and jewelry. And finally, we headed into the city to Social Butterfly, which I adored because it had floor seating and pretty much only sold matcha related things. It's honestly such an adorable spot and was so moody once they turned the big lights off at 5 p.m. because, I mean, mainly big lights just overstimulate me. On our way out, we popped into MUJI because I needed to stock up on their iconic pens, of course. As a writer and avid journaler, having a good pen is essential to the process, and their gel ink pens are otherworldly. This trip did make me miss the city life a little bit, how there is so much available at any given moment and how my friends are merely a few bus stops away. But I do have zero regrets about moving to the mountains and living a slower life, because after a day of running around, all my nervous system yearned for was some popcorn and watching a movie in bed, ready to do it all over again tomorrow.